recorded drop, you can't ignore it.
What's up, family? I am back finally. Okay, y'all been asking where you been at. You've abandoned us. I promise I haven't left you. I'm back. Do me a favor, if you have not, go ahead and hit subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you're the first to know when I posted a new video. I don't want you to miss anything. And while you're at that, do me a huge favor. Head on over to Instagram, hit that follow button, head over to TikTok. I don't know what the button is, but you know, my name's Travell LeVar. Follow me everywhere, okay? But I'm back. Y'all have been asking, I've been getting messages, when we get a new video, we need some new education, all that good stuff. Well, I've been away building, but after that much needed break, I am back on YouTube. I have tons of content coming out, so again, make sure you turn on your post notifications so you're the first to know when I post something. Also, hit those links in my bio on Instagram, sign up for a class. I have a whole lot of stuff coming up, both virtual and in person. You don't want to miss it, okay? So I have a brand new guest today. I'm doing a major color job on. She wants to be a beautiful dimensional red, almost a balayage ombre effect. We've done our consultation. You know how I feel about consultations, guys. Sit and talk with your guests. Don't assume, don't guess, get all the information up front. All right, she showed me her pictures, she shared her previous color experience, and we have a clear goal for where we're going today. Okay, so I'm going to start in the river head doing a balayage technique. I will be teasing and weaving and painting and all that good stuff. In the back of the head is very important, depending on your pace, that you start with a lower volume developer and lightener. Okay, the reason why is it gives me time to work up to the front of the head and it all will lift the same. So as I shift to the front, I will change what developer I'm using. I'm starting in the back with 7 volume and lightener. Some of the products I use I will list in the subscription box along with some of the tools, but in the meantime, let's get going. All right, when you're doing a balayage technique, it's very important that your sections are clean and that you know your goal. All right, so I'm saturating through these sections with lightener. I want a big, bright, bold result, so I'm making sure I'm getting clear lift throughout all the sections. Okay, so I'm doing simple paint and weave technique all the way up the head. I want it to be bold, bright, saturated. She does have some gray hairs in the front, but after sitting and talking with her, I discussed that we don't want to create too much maintenance, and we both agreed. So she wants a lived-in look. That means I'm painting up into that root area to create soft dimension and to help blend out some of her grays without having to go in with a permanent color and color them and creating a new base or create more maintenance for her long run. So her grays will live in this comfortably without being noticed, and she'll have a very low maintenance look. She does go back and forth from wearing her hair straight and curly, so I'm keeping that in mind when I'm painting. Okay, I don't want to compromise the curl pattern at all. I don't want to change her texture. We want to still have those curls intact. Okay, I'm going to continue up the head, working it section by section. Again, in the back, I'm using a lower volume developer. When I get to the front, I'm probably going to switch to 20 volume just to help make sure the front catches up with the back and they process at the same time. So I'm going to continue painting, and I'll be back when we get to the shampoo bowl. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we're back at the shampoo bowl. This is the toning step of the service. We rinsed our color out, shampooed it, stopped the color from working, all that good stuff. Now I've applied her glaze. I did use a demi-permanent glaze to achieve this color. It's bright, it's vibrant, it's giving what it needs to give. All right, you can see her curls are still intact and we're good to go. This is what you want. You don't want to see any degradation in curl pattern or change in texture after the color service. Everything should be just as it was before you started, okay? Hair is still healthy, it's ready to rock. So now we're at my blow dry step. You guys already know my process. Always apply leave-in conditioner and heat protectant. You know my go-tos. I'll make sure they're down in the description box below so you can check them out. So leave-in conditioner goes in first. Followed by that is my SilkPress agents. Okay, I use Press Agent by Mizani for this process, both the raincoat cream and the serum. And then I'm gonna blow dry on what we call a radial section, meaning I'm splitting the head in a circle around the perimeter, and we're gonna work our way through these sections, okay? Always section the hair off. It just makes your life easy. Make sure the hair is detangled before you even start, so you don't have to do all that pulling and tugging. If you are working with higher porosity hair, make sure you section the hair off and put a plastic cap over it so it doesn't dry out before you get to it. I'm a big believer in blow drying wet hair. I do not allow the hair to dry out before I get started. The reason why, you know, we're taking the hair from alpha keratin to beta keratin, and it's best to do that through a blow dry step and stretch the hair out as best as possible. All right, I'm now halfway through my blow dry. You can see her hair smoothing out nicely. You can see the blend of the color. The camera does sometimes lack vibrancy and, you know, tone, but you get the gist of it. It's bright, it's red, it's fun. All right, you know how I blow dry. Always stretch the hair out first. We're gonna bypass the frizz stage altogether. When you start pulling the brush back and forth and, you know, just letting the air go over the over the hair as you pull, you can create frizz. When it comes to highly textured hair, I believe in bypassing that frizz stage so the hair is exposed to heat for less lengths of time. All right, so stretch that section out, use tension. You know what we say, tension and heat must meet. Stretch that hair out all the way, okay? Remove as much texture as possible with the blow dry, so when we start flat ironing, we can cut that work in half. Her hair is exposed to less heat and there's less opportunity for heat damage. All right, let the heat and that tension from the brush do the work and stretch that hair out. All right, also keep in mind on color treated hair, you want to be mindful of the type of heat you're using. My blow dries never come in direct contact with the hair strands themselves. It's kind of floating over the surface of that brush and letting that airflow do the work. All right, make sure that scalp is dry. Don't forget the nape. Get all the water and that moisture out of the hair before we start flat ironing. It's the worst when the hair is still wet and you hear that sizzling pop when you go to iron, okay? And it just takes up more time for you to have to go back and blow dry again. So, all right, stretch the hair out completely. You can see her hair is shiny even from the blow dry. That means the cuticle is sealed. It hasn't been burnt off during the coloring process. It's still intact. And look at the vibrancy. This is what you want. Shine from the blow dry, okay? Very, very important. If we have shine at this step, we know the press is gonna be good to go. Y'all know all my methods. Please check out my previous videos on silk presses. You get all the how-tos and the tips and the gems, all that good stuff in those. All right, section the hair out after it's blow dry. It doesn't matter where you start pressing. Some people start in the back, some people start in the front. Just get it done, okay? I'm gonna start in the nape of the neck. Make sure you get all the little hairs at the bottom. Set your iron temperature appropriately. When you're working with reds and fashion colors, you probably want to turn the iron down just a tad. I always start at 370 and work my way up in terms of temperature until I get that shine. Once I get the shine, I know this is the perfect temperature for that head of hair, okay? Every head of hair is different. You know my philosophy, turn your tools off between clients so it teaches you to reset your tools and your temperatures between guests, all right? Just because the iron goes up to 450 does not mean you need 450. I have my iron set at 400 degrees. I'll put the link in my description box to this particular iron that I'm using. Y'all know I have a tool addiction, so the last time you saw me I had a different iron. This time I got this one. It's gonna keep changing, y'all. If it's new and it's out, I'm of the mindset that I want it. Even if it's not better than what I had, I just want to use it. I'm just that way. I have a graveyard of flat irons and blow dryers in my station. They just sit there and they wait on their next turn to be used. So this one is no stranger. It's had the same fate as all my other ones. I think I've since switched it out in the salon. I'm using something different, but they all work. They all get the same result, okay? It's not the tool, it's the technique. Look at the shine. Look at the shine. Crazy. All right, so I finished her press. I'm gonna go in now, and what I'm gonna do is start her trim process. I did slow this process down so you can get the full trim and see everything I did. Hopefully not too much of it's out of frame. I know sometimes it's hard to catch everything, but we're gonna let you guys go through and see this trim. Her hair is super duper shiny. This is gold after color service. Color should not be dull. It should not be lackluster or frizzy. You should have that shine. All right, so take your time, seal the cuticle down, and get that shine back in the hair. All right, so now we're trimming. I always start at the bottom, trim off any loose ends, any dead ends. Her ends weren't too bad at all. She did have a trim, I think, back towards the end of the year. So at this point, I'm just cleaning up her ends. I'm not going to layer her a whole lot. She does prefer to keep her hair longer. So we will go through, clean the ends, kind of pull them out where they live. You can consider it a long layer, especially when I get to the front. I'm going to angle some of the hair around the face just to make sure it falls nice and the curls have some life to them. One key pointer to explain to your guests, they see a lot of my pictures and they'll say, I want my hair to have body, I want it to have movement, like the girls on your Instagram page. Well, the trick to that is a good haircut. You don't have to super layer the haircut, make everything short and all that stuff, but you do have to create shape. You can only curl so much shape into the hair. The rest has to be cut, okay? And there's nothing like a good haircut. It establishes shape for the long run, so no matter how that hair falls, it has movement and it looks lived in, okay? It also helps the hair grow out when you wear it curly. She's gonna have a shape when she wears it curly. Keep in mind, if your guest alternates between curly and straight, keep that in mind when you're setting up your angles, determining what kind of layering technique you want to do on the hair, so that when she wears it curly, she doesn't get shelving or unnatural disconnection. Her curls still sit in the same place and have a nice shape to them. All right, I'll be back once I'm done trimming. All right, so trim complete. Before I curl, I like to go in and spray an anti-humidity spray or some type of spray to give me hold while I'm curling. I'm using Mizani's humidity resistant mist. I mist the entire head, then brush it through. And then I'm going in with my 2-inch flat iron. It's by FHI. And I'm just giving the hair a very loose, big curl, okay? Starting at the nape of the head and I work my way up. People always ask me, what's the trick to flat iron curls? And I say it's all in the wrist. Do not over clamp the iron. Don't be turning in odd directions. Just turn it once. Let the iron glide down. Don't clamp down too hard for 2 reasons. You don't want to create crimps and dents in the hair, and you also don't want to press down too hard with the iron so you create heat damage, okay? That is a proponent of heat damage. Sometimes we just clamp down with too much pressure on the iron, all right? Let the iron glide through. Don't let it stay in one spot too long. Have a nice even pace. And just work your way around the head. If you have issues with this, my honest recommendation is get a mannequin and just practice, okay? Practice your control of the iron, the way it sits in your hand, and find out what's the best working position for you, okay? So this is my finish. Her hair is super duper shiny. It's vibrant. I love the way the color came out. She was super excited. And this is another satisfied guest. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on all my social media accounts. I post content constantly on Instagram. I'm new to TikTok, but I am posting on there regularly, so check me out. Share the video, comment, ask questions. I love to interact with you guys. I'm back full time. Let's have fun this season. All right, see you soon.